Hey guys, in this loom I'm gonna be showing how to extract emails from a LinkedIn Sales Navigator search. So LinkedIn Sales Navigator is something like a shopping cart where you could just set up some filters and get the results of people who you want to contact or basically who you want to sell. What you can do is just log into LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So if you have account, you can just sign up for a free 1 month trial using some of your Visa or Mastercard. It's free of cost. If not, you can ask Deepak or someone. They'll give you credentials. So as of now, I'm using this account. You just sign up. And I'm going to be showing you how to set up filters for specific targeting and scrape that using IC leads and populate emails. So what I'm going to be doing is for this one specifically, here's a campaign we are trying to get a data of people who participated in triathlon. So triathlon is something like a marathon. It's more of a sport. So what we do is just search for triathlon in the keyword, and it will give you all the details of people. Yeah, so what we're gonna be doing is like we have 14K results, and these are like from interns to starter to all the founders. And usually, what we do is target people based on the job titles or the seniority level in the companies. So we have different options, like you could see any filter, like the filters you see in Amazon. Think this just like that, and you'll have a lot of options. So based on the filters you're provided or based on your discretion, you can just target these. Like let's say you can customize the list based on all accounts list or the list. This is not an important feature. You can customize based on geography, like people who participated in triathlon from United States or within United Kingdom or some other city. You could basically do whatever the major geographic location it is, from a continent to a town. And relationship is like what degree of relation you are connected to that person in LinkedIn. It's also not important because using sales now you have a wide open range, and you can select the industry of the person. And here comes the school where he or she studied, profile language. Let's take English because that's what we target usually. And here we go, we got some 2K results off, because talking to other people who don't speak English is not a good idea always. And seniority level, for this specific campaign I'm going to be doing owners, partners, CXO, VP, and director. These are the top level people who we target usually, but if required you could go down or just specify only CEO, etc. So I'm just selecting those. And now we have around like 5,000 people. And what you can also do is like do an exclusion reverse. So if you just hover over this, you'll see this null symbol. If you just exclude it, those are gone. So you can do that specifically, like if you only don't want people who are managers, you can just do that and select the remaining. That's how the exclusion works. And function, titles, all the good things. And let's say for this specific campaign, I'm only interested in people from 11 to 1000 headcount. So this is the way number of employees in a company, in that specific company, and we are good. So if you see, like we are targeting everyone in the space, like every industry who are in a seniority level from managing director to CXO within the company headcount of 11 to 200. That's the criteria of this specific sales now search, and we got around, let's say, 2000 results. If you see, we'll be going to scrape all the details of these people and put those to uh, email verifier and then launch an email marketing campaign. So that's how it happens. You can just select the good things like people who posted in LinkedIn last 30 days if you want only a specific list. But since the pool is pretty low, 2k is the bracket, we can't do more than 2k of scraping. So it's within our bracket range, so we can choose this one. And now you can just go to IC leads. That's another tool we're going to be using. You can go to app.isolate./dashboard. In dashboard you have this thing called my lists. There you can create a new list now. And you have your list here. Now you should have installed this extension called IC leads. You can just follow the steps. You can just download this and it will give you an extract, and then you can go to extensions and load unpacked. And you can go and select folder. It will just install you and give you this logo. Then you need to turn it on. So the bad thing about isolates is that it just makes your PC slow sometimes. That's why I keep it turned off. Apart from that, it's all good. You can just turn it on the extension and reload the sales nav search over here. Now hit IC leads email extractor. And when you turn it on and reload, you will get this one. When you hit that, you'll be seeing your latest created list, triathlon 11 2000. Then you can hit extract emails from this search. What it does is basically on your behalf, it will visit each of this profile and grab the all the publicly available information and as well as the emails within the database and gives you the email. After, let's say we have around a decent 100 pages, it's gonna take around good 50 to 90 minutes. You can keep it up and you can do other tasks. Just pin it and make sure your PC is turned on. It will run on native device and it should be good. Then you can extract the data like this. Let's assume this is your data extracted. Once it's done, you'll be having this pop-up closed and you will be in the 100th page or the last page of sales now. And you can come back to my list and hit download. So you have the scroll button below, but it's gonna take time. So obviously I know this is a download symbol, so hit it and download it as a CSV. Now you have all the emails. What you'll be getting is something like this. You'll be having the email 1, email 2, first name, middle name, last name, their LinkedIn US sales nav URL, their job title, company name, domain, city, LinkedIn, and etc. So we don't need these three. These are some thing as office work, you can say, but we don't need that. And the bad thing is you won't have these emails be used because these are not very accurate emails. So I'll just delete these emails, and we'll be using another tool called tomba.ai or find the lead to give you emails. So make sure you name it good because we'll be using the same headers in email marketing tool called Mailshake. You'll be watching those in the sequential training. Company name, company domain, city. Now what we need to do is clean up the list. Like if we have the two first names, or if we don't have the names, or if we have any special characters, we should be cleaning out this list one by one. For the first name, last name, as well as the job title and the company name. So cleaning up, what it requires is you just extend the things so that you have a good view. This is okay. So you're a senior manager. We obviously want to use just as a senior manager or a manager because we will be using this in email marketing copy, which would be totally automated, and we won't be saying something like, "Hey, Ania, I know you are a senior manager of FinTech Degree Education and Career Center." So we'd be just calling out her like, "Hey, Ania, I know you are a senior manager in London Business School." We'll be calling her likewise. So what you can easily do is just grab the extra stuff which sounds robotic or not used in a daily language and remove those. So we have call head of marketing and public relations. So if it is something like two jobs like this one, head of marketing and public relations, so you can just pick out the bigger one or more simply pronounced one. As a, I know you're head of PR. That sounds good, right? So that's enough. And you can remove executive career lead. Your career lead. You don't need executive. So what I meant is like you need to remove the extra data which visible and make it as daily conversational as possible. Like we won't be saying like the president of United States of America, we'll be saying the president. So that's what I mean. You'd be removing PR, you can say just PR assistant. So just pick only one thing. And as far as the first name and last name, you can remove whatever the bracket. You should be removing the all bad stuff. We only want one first name. Just see whatever is more viable and add it. And any special character is not good for us. You can remove it. Yeah, you have one. Now we have like a Professor Dr. Helen. We won't be using any suffixes if she is a or he is a professor, doctor, or pastor. We don't care any of that. So we only want to use their first name. So make sure you remove those and clean all the list. So there's a quick thing like we would be getting emails based on first name, last name, and their website. So we obviously want to have everything in a place. So we should be clearing out all the data and then upload to our tools to get maximum results. That's the whole criteria. And quick things like if our data doesn't have any domain, it's useless for us. So you can just select it, go to special, go to blank, hit OK, and you can just delete the rows which we don't have any domain. Now your list is pretty much smaller now because whatever doesn't have a domain, it's useless for us. And few other things you can do is just hit multiple rows, and you can basically clean it faster. Like now, I'll just go to data, text to columns, delimited. I'll use semicolon, comma, space, and hyphen to separate it. And now I'll be having the data separated. If we had two first names, like in the sense two worded first names, those would be separated. And you'll be having something like Harshit Reddy and Kondi Reddy. We remove this one, George Dhoni. So just, I think his name is Dhoni, a good thing because that's not a regularly sounding last name. You gotta use your common sense and make sure it works, or else you can just go to the LinkedIn sales now and check out. Now we have here doctor. We'll be only doing diop. So let's say diop and delete it here. And the same thing, you can create text to columns for last name and clean it up. And it would be usually it works usually with first name and last name. As far as the job titles is concerned, we can't separate it because sometimes most of the job titles are two worded, so you need to do it one by one. And let's assume you have cleaned the list based on what I said. You can just spend not more than 20 to 30 minutes for a list of 1000. And after you cleaned, you just need to save it. You can go to tomba.ai or .io and sign in. team@parliament.com is our credentials. And you can go to bulk, email finder, new bulk, select everything and downloads. Go to the place where you saved it, upload the CSV. You need to only use CSV or TXT, so that's a thing you need to use. And map the columns like first name to first name, last name to last name, and you need to mark the website as well. We have it here. After marking the website, you can hit upload. Validate and hit upload. And if you hit launch verification, it will be starting to validate and give you all the emails. Basically you'll find it over here and you can download it. Now that it costs us credits, I'm not doing that because the list is already validated. We have it over here. Now this is the same list I used yesterday, and you can hit the I button and download it and you'll get all the emails like this. So you have this, then you can upload the same thing on clearout. That's clearout.io, or email validation service we use. You can just browse it, go to the select the file, same as what you did with Tomba. Yeah, so there's some error, like let me figure it out. Yeah, so if you have it named like a different thing on header, it won't work. You need to have it like just named as email. Now it will work. And make sure it's in the first row. And now you can just add the list. It's added, go to my list and you hit validate. After you hitting validate, it will take some time and give you the result. Here's your result and you can just download it. Download guaranteed with deliverables. We'll be using those maximum and download it. So if the most of the emails are like first name at the rate companyname.com, that is 10 or the at the rate parliament.com, those would be considered as guaranteed deliverables usually. But if it's like info at the rate parliament.com, that is generic emails, if those counts are more on your email list, whatever you upload on CSV, you could use this one, deliverables with risk. But for 90% of the time, you'll be using guaranteed deliverables and you download the list. And then you'll be having a CSV which is good to get uploaded on Mailchimp or any other email marketing service we are using. So I just don't need any of these columns, so I delete it. And now you have the emails, first names and last names. We have around 58 now. So it's gonna take time and load everything and give you the good stuff. This is one of the method to find emails. Instead of Tomba, you can use another service we have, that's findthatlead.com. You'll have credentials only if you asked or required, but depending upon the service, you can use Tomba or findthatlead. Tomba is cheaper and we tend to use more than findthatlead. We can use findthatlead only if you need more mail mergers. Like if you have observed, the email extract for Tomba only gives you first name, last name and email. Remaining columns, whatever we uploaded, it ignores. But in this case, we need job title and company name as well after grabbing emails and clear out. In that case, you can use findthatlead. You just need to sign in with the credentials. And upload it. So you can't have more than 5 lists uploaded at a time. You need to delete one or the other. You just delete it. Just choose the last updated date and delete it. If someone is managing you can ask them if you can delete or not, and select it. And then you can just select the extract from IC leads, sales nav extract. I think, yeah, this is the IC leads extract. If you select and uploaded it, and then you need to map first name, last name and the domain name. And if you hit start generating, it's gonna take a bit more time than Tomba, but it will give you all the emails for the 855. And then you can just download everything and then upload to clear out and do the same repeat again. So that's how findthatlead also works. So in short, you can use Tomba like most of the times if you're using only first name as a mail merger, and if you need to use more and there's no credits, you can use findthatlead. So that's the whole thing from start to finish. We can extract a list of sales nav search from IC leads, uh, get the emails populated either on tomba.io or find that lead, then clear out them using clearout.io and upload them on Mailshake or email validation, any email marketing service we are using to market ourselves. And let me know if you have any questions.